3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, thank you for stopping by. This video is about legal developments in Canada with Jehovah's Witnesses this weekend. I'm going to lay out briefly past history because that needs to be said, and then I'm going to bring it right up to date with this weekend and even this weekend's Watchtower study. I'm making this video on the 2nd of June 2018, just so you can have everything in context. And so we're on the front page of jw.org. Look at the little R in the corner of the logo. R for registered trademark. Don't forget that Rick of Channel Excelsior has sarcastically put for ages against Watchtower buzzwords and different things. Trademark. Well, Rick has the gift of prophecy because look what they're doing. Anyway, we're going to go down this front page so you can do it too. I'm not making it up. Right, where are we? Okay, breaking news. Supreme Court of Canada rules in favour of Jehovah's Witnesses. So we have now, in a unanimous decision released on May 31st, 2018, the Supreme Court of Canada recognised that the disfellowshipping arrangement should remain free from court intervention. We rejoice in this vindication of Jehovah's righteous standards. So I will get into the facts of this, but you know, I'm a feely, touchy person. Rejoice. There is no rejoicing to be made in not speaking to your children, your parents, your grandchildren for decades. That can only be a matter of sadness. So Isaiah, what's 33:22? What have we got? For Jehovah is our judge. I wish you'd remember that. Jehovah is our lawgiver. I wish you'd remember that. Jehovah is our king. I wish you'd remember that. He is the one who will save us. I do wish you'd remember that. Because nowhere in there does it say, the faithful and discreets. So, let's have a look at the facts. Let us go to a professional website, Canadian Lawyer, and how they are reporting the case. So June the 1st, 2018, you can see we have a happy chap here, David Nam, a managing partner of W. Glenhow and Associates LLP, who defended the congregation against Randy Wall. Now this has become known, so you can Google that, just put in Randy Wall Canada and you'll find background information as much as you need. Now he's very happy. When it's an intrinsically religious decision, like whether you should be a member of a religious community or not, that's something that the court should not be interested in deciding, and the court agreed. I think the issue got diluted, didn't it? Because it's not about being a member, it's about your human rights when you decide not to be a member. But obviously things got muddied. So there was a unanimous decision. The Supreme Court ruled the courts have no jurisdiction to address the procedural fairness of religious groups or other volunteer organisations. Well, I could say in many cases that can be fair. However, if that procedure, which is held in secret, decides that you will never, ever have contact with any of your family again, then we're in total different legislation. So, Randy Wall, good for him, took them to court. I do feel that the issues got muddied and sidetracked somewhere else where they shouldn't have. Issues of theology are not justiciable. Sorry, I don't know a lot of legal words, let alone Canada has their own legal words as well. So here we are. They just said, quote this here, when it's an intrinsically religious decision, like whether you should be a member of a religious community or not, that's something that the court should not be interested in deciding, and the court agreed, says the defendant, David Gnam. Be proud, David, for the congregation. Randy Wall, and he went through this, sinful behaviour, and they decided he was not sufficiently repentant. Now, as we know, through so many brave souls telling their stories, you can weep. They've just recorded it for you. You can weep, you can beg, you can plead. But if you've got hard elders that go, no, you've got to wait so many years, you'll have to wait. So all that is very arbitrary. And even though it wouldn't be so bad, say, perhaps, you can't give a talk from the stage or say a prayer. Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. So bear with me. Sorry, this is going to be a bit prolonged. Now, banishment was counter to natural justice. Natural justice is normally a very good argument. It's always worth considering when you are going into something. I know in the UK we have that, and I've used it. And it's when you say that, government departments go, maybe we need to step back. Duty of fairness, etc. Client base didn't want to do business with him. This is the important thing, affected his family life, character of his relationship with his spouse and children. And so many of you have given terrible reports of how that works. So, 3 ways procedural fairness reviews are limited to: state action, if legal rights are at stake, and if the issues being reviewed are justiciable. Private parties cannot obtain judicial review over disputes unless there is a valid cause of action, for example, contract, tort, or restitution. So this has been an issue that's been going on for a while, and it seems now the courts have drawn a line in the sand. Now, what is interesting as well is that in the case, Watchtower brought in, out of the 12 interveners, Watchtower brought in 8 who were religious organizations. Think of that. Watchtower brought in 8 religious organizations to support them. I just did a video, this crazy video, what did I call it? Don't be a jerk at work, that was it. Where a guy wasn't allowed to sign a petition, or he shouldn't sign a petition for better working conditions. It would be being part of the world. But Watchtower, not for the first time, look up Jimmy Swaggart and Watchtower. Look up Jimmy Swaggart, Watchtower. Not for the first time, when it suits them, Watchtower bring in what they call Babylon the Great. And of course, they went with it. Because, it may affect them. On we go, patient. So to remind you, in the Randy Wall case, this is what the Jehovah's Witness congregation, this is their legal representative, basically Watchtower's representative, this guy Gnam, who was so happy in the pictures I just showed. This is his presentation. Many of you will have seen it. Please just remind yourself. I'm going to move on. For those of you who have not seen it before, do not have anything near where you can throw out a TV or throw your phone across the room or tablet, whatever, because you may want to. So let's hear what he has to say.
And the congregation elders took the decision to disfellowship him. That word is used by Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses don't use the word shun or shunning. They refer to it as disfellowship, disfellowshipping.
Because changing a word for something is okay. If any of you want to send this guy a copy of the book 1984, please do so.
Because that really gives the sense of what's taking place within this particular religious community. Disfellowship literally means no further spiritual fellowship with the individual.
No.
And as I point out, sorry, Chief Justice. As I point out in paragraph 22 of my factum, the nature of the relationship then of a disfellowship person is not completely shunned.
No.
The disfellowship person is able to come into the congregation, to the congregation meetings. They're able to attend in the kingdom halls of Jehovah's Witnesses. They're able to sit wherever they like. They can sing the spiritual songs with the congregation.
Why did he feel the need to say they can sit where they like? That's interesting. Why did he have to say they can sit where they like?
As far as their family members are concerned, normal family relations continue with the exception of spiritual fellowship.
No. So we know that's wrong. I'm going to move on with stuff, but
the door's not closed to Mr. Well either. The person who is disfellowshipped can, after a period of time, ask to be reinstated in the congregation.
Only after so long, and if they accept things that they may have already proven in their mind to be wrong. But
because that's the purpose of the discipline.
Right, okay. So let's go back to jw.org, registered trademark, and see how their words fit in with their lawyer's words. Now, that lawyer gave that statement on the 2nd of November 2017, and from November the 24th, I think it is, November the 24th, 2017 to December the 24th, 2017, they were using this Watchtower study edition. And during that period, so we're just talking a handful of days within that lawyer statement, they were looking at this study article. The truth brings not peace, but a sword. And you can obviously really look this up, and I hope you do if you have any doubts. So we get down to relatives who oppose true worship. So while in the courts, Watchtower's lawyers saying it's only about spiritual fellowship that you're shunned. No. Let me show you. If a family member leaves Jehovah, and paragraph 19. Respect the discipline of Jehovah. His arrangement can bring the best long-term outcome for all, including the wrongdoer, even though the immediate effect is painful. Read Hebrews 12:11. Now, this is important. For example, Jehovah instructs us to stop keeping company with unrepentant wrongdoers. Corinthians, you've got 5:11-13. Despite our pain of heart, we must avoid normal contact with a disfellowshipped family member by telephone, text messages, letters, emails, or social media. Despite our pain of heart, we must avoid normal contact with a disfellowshipped family member by telephone, text messages, letters, emails, or social media. This in the Watchtower Study Edition, November 2017, studies to December 2017. So I've just shown you what Watchtower was saying at exactly the same time. The same time that their lawyer was saying this in court.
The congregation, as far as their family members are concerned, normal family relations continue with the exception of spiritual fellowship.
Yes, I'm belaboring the point, but hell, it needs to be said. Wow. And so now let's get back to this up-to-date statement that Canada, based on evidence that we've just seen, the evidence we just saw their lawyer give, based on that evidence, there is much rejoicing. However, if you're attending the Kingdom Hall and Watchtower studies this weekend, this first weekend of June 2018, just when the Canadian decision is released, what are you going to find in your Watchtowers? So here we are back at the site. March 2018 Watchtower Study Edition. Now that March publication is including April the 30th to June 3rd, 2018. So that means that tomorrow's study is Listen to Discipline and Become Wise. Down we go. Heading, Raise Children in the Discipline of Jehovah. And we're going to keep going down. Paragraph 12. And you've got questions there. If a child is disfellowshipped, how do Christian parents show that they obey God? B. How did one family benefit from the parents' obedience to Jehovah? So 12. One of the greatest tests of obedience that some parents have involves their relationship with a disfellowshipped child. Consider the example of a mother whose disfellowshipped daughter left home. The mother admits, I looked for loopholes in our publications so that I could spend time with my daughter and granddaughter. Spend time with her daughter and granddaughter. Loopholes in the publications, not loopholes in the Bible. But my husband kindly helped me to see that our child was now out of our hands and that we must not interfere. And of course now there's all lovey-dovey, if of course that ever existed, this family. So it's always the woman is a bit errant, isn't it? And the husband is the spiritually stronger person, because men always are. Yep, he kept them on the straight and narrow. So that's what Jehovah's Witnesses are studying this weekend all around the world. Great.
As far as their family members are concerned, normal family relations continue with the exception of spiritual fellowship. And